Kellyanne, got a second?
Apparently Robert Lighthizer and Stephen Mnuchin are opposed to the president.
I saw some. There are plenty of options at the president's disposal, but I will tell you, Emerald, that we just don't think Mexico's done enough, and Congress has done even less than that. And if they're not going to be willing partners in our quest to make sure that we stop the surge coming over our southern border. Even more of your outlets now are covering it in print, on radio, on TV, and that's appreciated on behalf of the American people. People should see and know what's happening at the border, not have people just spin it.
What do you about North Korea?
I'm sorry, brother.
Reports that they've executed some of their negotiators.
I'm just going to echo what Secretary of State Pompeo. Mexico has, for many years, had a pretty tough immigration policy against Central Americans, and we're just asking them to help us, to not be this gateway between the Northern Triangle countries, and to allow policies like Remain in Mexico to flourish, because that will give a third safe country rite of passage to these Central Americans who are taking this treacherous journey. This is a multi-billion-dollar business that these people are giving their savings, and sometimes worse, sometimes more than that, to come and make that treacherous journey north. And
USMCA.
Pardon?
Do these tariffs jeopardize?
No, they shouldn't. It should not jeopardize USMCA, because you saw the Vice President was just in Canada yesterday with Prime Minister Trudeau. We are fully confident that USMCA could pass the House, and I think if Speaker Pelosi put it to a vote, she would get positive votes from her own rank and file. We know our legislative team here is on top of that. We know that many Democrats, rank and file Democrats, including the 31 that sit in districts that Trump-Pence won, would like to do this for their constituents.
But it's not.
Is there going to be a meeting with the Mexican
We've heard that they're on their way, so we'll see what happens. Yes, absolutely. We can proceed on parallel tracks. The president says that there is a humanitarian and security crisis at the border. He's always said that for the last however many months. He will continue to want to fix the crisis at the border. We have people pouring in. You've seen the statistics, 1,000 just yesterday or so. We're up to 100,000 in some months. That just can't be. And we need to be a country that respects and promotes legal immigration.
With these tariffs in Mexico, they're saying already when they send their products down to Mexico.
Why would we deflect from the Mueller Report when the Mueller Report said no collusion, no conspiracy, and under Department of Justice rules, that report was delivered to Mr. Mueller's then supervisor, the Attorney General Bill Barr, who then took the report along with the Deputy Attorney General and said that there was no obstructive conduct.
And they come back from Mexico, it's hurting their product, hurting their industry. And
I don't know why you think, especially in this place, that we can't deal with all kinds of issues. The president's been talking about immigration for decades, but as a presidential candidate, president-elect, and now president, he's been talking about it for 4 straight years.
He said
no, that was about investigation. That's different. The Mueller is not investigating the president. I'm sure you heard him the other day say he's closing his office.
Is that a concern?
No, zero concern.
I like the president now.
I was never a never Trumper. Never a never Trumper.
Well, what made you decide to like him?
Well, I've known and the Mueller report is over. Mueller said this week that he has closed his office and he's returning to the private sector and he's moving on with his life. We think others should too. But Congress will do what it wants to do. I listen carefully to the leaders and the Democratic leaders in Congress, though, and from what I can tell, April, they're sending a couple different messages. One message is, well, it's only 10, maybe 20% so far who want it. We have to bring the public along. The public is not along. You've seen the polls. The public is not for impeachment. The public is for moving on to issues that affect this country.